When it comes to accomplishing a big project, you need accountability. We all know this, right? Accountability. But what are the 3 levels of accountability to actually make sure you get that big project done? Whether it's writing a book or starting a podcast or losing weight or whatever it is. Hi, my name is Brian, and I help you write your story and publish your book. And in this video, I'm going to walk through the 3 kinds of accountability that you need to finish your book. And that also applies to you if you've got a big project that you're working on. Okay, so the first kind of accountability is annual. I have a strategy that I'm going to teach you in this video that I have this annual level of accountability. So once a year, I get a report card, okay? The annual report card. And for those of us that grew up going to school, we're used to getting grades and completing the exam and getting a report card. So I think there's something in us that wants to know, did we get the A? Did we make it? And the idea of an annual check-in, an annual report gives you accountability, okay? So what does that look like? Every summer we go to our cabin up in Canada and we have our goals that we've written down as a family, each of us individually, and then we bury them in the ground and we dig them up and we look at our goals. That right there, my friend, that is accountability, because you go, oh, either I did or I didn't. Where am I at when it comes to the goals that I had for the year? So that's begin with the end in mind. Annual destination, where you want to go. I would like to achieve these goals by the end of the year. Or for me, it's every July. Okay, so for you, what would that look like? Maybe that's New Year's to December 31st. Okay, maybe it's your birthday to birthday. That's a pretty good one. Maybe it's the last day of school to the next last day of school, or the first day of summer to the last day of school, something like that. And you could have this annualized goal check-in, this accountability. So what do? You write down your goals. These are my goals for the year. And then you know in the back of your mind that one day, a specific day, for us, it's when we arrive in Canada. It's the second Sunday that we're there. We have a whole strategy. We're gonna dig up our goals, and that's when you get the scorecard. There is a scorecard day. So add a scorecard day in your life on an annual basis. Okay, that is strategy number 1. Okay, strategy number 2. Strategy number 2 is to have a daily method of measuring your progress. Measure your progress every day. Every day you're making progress towards the destination. How do you measure the progress? Discipline. What's the daily discipline that leads to the annual result? And the accountability is, did I or didn't I? That's it. Did I do the thing today or not do the thing today? There's a difference between lead indicators and lag indicators, and the one to measure, because the one that you can actually manage, is the lead indicator. In other words, it's the thing you do. It's not the result of the thing that you do, it's the thing that you do. So what's the one thing you'll do every day that leads to the result that you want? Okay, what's the one thing you'll do every day that leads to the result that you want? So for example, you've said, okay, I want to write a book. Let's go back to the annual accountability. We have an annual conference, the Hope Story Conference, every February. And so that could be the annual goal. By the Hope Story Conference, I'm going to have turned in my manuscript. By the Hope Story Conference, I'm going to have launched my book. By the Hope Story Conference, I'm going to have written my next book. By the Hope Story Conference, I'm going to have 100,000 email subscribers. By the Hope Story Conference, I'm going to have 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Like, that's an annual check-in. Now with that annual check-in, what's the daily discipline? The daily discipline is X. So for me right now, the daily discipline is posting on YouTube every single day, at least 1 video a day, every single day, short, long form video, at least an 8-minute video every single day. That's the daily discipline. Now I can go to bed, either I did it or I didn't do it. That's it. Did it, didn't do it. Yes or no. That the daily discipline is, you will immediately say, yes, I did it, or no, I didn't do it. So if you're trying to get fit, yes, I went to the gym, no, I did not go to the gym. Yes, I went on a run. No, I didn't go on a run. Quitting alcohol. Yes, I had a drink. No, I didn't have a drink. Like, it's just a clear yes or no. That's the daily discipline. And then finally, number 3, this is my favorite one. This is what we do in Hope Books. We have weekly accountability. And I think accountability happens best in community. So the first strategy is the goal. The second strategy is the discipline. The third strategy is having a place where you can share. You can have community, because you get encouragement from the community. So what we do inside of Hope Books, every Wednesday at noon Eastern, we have our Hope Authors Call. And on the Hope Authors Call, I ask 3 questions. The first question is, what's your gain for the week? So what's something that we can celebrate with you? What's some progress that you've made in your writing journey? That's the gain. So for example, the gain might be, well, this week I wrote my chapter 7. This week I wrote chapter 7. This week I picked my book cover. This week I showed up for the call, and I wasn't going to, but I did because I wanted to have that accountability. What's something you can celebrate? So on at least a weekly basis, do you have somebody you can talk to and celebrate the progress that you're making? There's always somewhere that you feel behind, but if you have a way of sharing the progress that you're making, the gain, then you get more encouragement to say, well, if I did that, I can keep going, okay? So in that meeting, your gain, then our team does this too. What's your goal for the week, or what's your goal even for the day? What's your goal? And then where is there a gap? Where do you feel stuck, or where do you feel overwhelmed? Your gain, your goal, and your gap. Doing that on a weekly basis at least with someone else that you trust, even in a group like we do in a community for Hope Books, will help you make more progress because of that level of accountability. So again, you have the annual goal with the annual report card, the annual check-in, and that is where you see really big changes. Then you have the daily discipline. The daily discipline is I did it or I didn't do it. Either way, you'll know. It's either a yes or no. And then you have probably a weekly time to celebrate the gains. Now, what I love about the gains, and this has been a game changer for me, is knowing the gains and hearing from other people what their gains are and having a place where you can share your gains. It encourages, because you get to see someone else's courage. Your courage encourages them, and their courage encourages you. And that's really the key of having accountability. Accountability is simply just the ability to count. So what is it that you're measuring towards your progress towards that big goal? Okay, let's just break down a couple examples. In our Hope Books coaching program, which we call the Essentials program, it takes about a year to write and publish your book. The 5 stages: dream, build, write, revise, and launch. The 5 stages take about a year. Guess what? It takes a lot longer if you don't have a plan. But having a plan and then reporting on it, saying, okay, my goal within a year is to launch my book. That's your 12-month. Then what does that look like on a daily basis? Every day I'm going to log into the project management system and I'm going to do the next exercise. Or every day I'm going to set aside 30 minutes where I'm going to open up my computer and focus on what's next in front of me. And did I or did I not open up the computer and log into the project management system? Either I did or I didn't. And then the accountability on a weekly basis is sharing, here's the gain that I had from this last week. Celebrating the wins as you exercise the discipline towards the long-term goal. The 3 of those combined is really how you get that accountability to finally finish your project, to finally finish your book, or whatever big thing that you're working on. And that has been such a game changer in my life. I hope this blesses and encourages you. If you need help writing your story and publishing your book, we would love to help you. hopebooks.com/call. Book a call with our team. We'd love to talk with you about your story and how to get your book published, because you have words that need to be shared, and the world needs your hope-filled words more now than ever before.